Welcome back, everyone. Derch here, and I am doing the last of the Order gun videos. I will be doing the grenades, shields, and all that stuff, but we only have 3 gun types for Order, which, although I'm not the biggest Order fan, it's kind of sad only to have 3 gun types. So it's only pistols, snipers, and assault rifles. No SMG, no shotgun, no heavy. I feel like brands should have 4 types. Jacobs had 4 types: pistols, snipers, shotguns, and assault rifles. Yeah, I mean, ideally, everybody should make everything, but yeah. Anyways, that's besides the point. We have 3 snipers to look at. In Order, snipers kind of interesting. While the charge mechanic is generally looked down on, sniping is more like slowly selecting your shots and taking it. So with these 3, the charge mechanic is less punishing because that kind of goes with snipers, and adding up 6 shots at once to get that super shot really increases that damage, and they can really shine. 2 of these are non-elemental. This one always comes in shock. So first we have the Symmetry, which fires from reserve ammo while charging. So you kind of get like free shots while charging, which kind of fixes the charging mechanic a little bit, which is interesting, but it's awkward to aim while doing that because you're like aiming while charging and enemies are moving, and then you take that final shot. But like, you know, sometimes when you hit some enemies, their heads bounce back and then you miss the next shot. So it can be a little awkward, but it's an interesting, good fix. We're sitting at 4,000 damage on this one. I had 121% crit on this. I think that was my highest. Yeah, that was my highest crit I found for the Symmetry. I did not find the Symmetry with any other parts other than COV. And looking around the internet, I didn't find a lot with more parts. I'm sure it can come with more, and maybe I just had some bad farming. But that was my luck with the Symmetry. With the next one, the Fisheye, which is the ratio regum, fires a wide pattern, penetrating triple railgun shots with extra critical hit damage. This one here is 161, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, 194 was my max. But this one I rolled Jacobs with, so this is the one I'm going to be using in testing because Jacobs generally makes guns a lot better. So that's very cool. But in practice, the wide pattern, it works good on large enemies. It's a little punishing on small enemies, but we'll get into that and test that. And then you have the X-Told Rooker. This one here is probably the best of them, and this is one of the only the Order ones that I think could be S tier. And it's because of the special effects. So you do an alt fire that fires out 2 needles that keep swarming around and hitting enemies, and they do really good damage. And wherever you aim, they follow and just hit those enemies. So you can almost just shoot it once and move your aim around and just kill everything. It's incredibly powerful. And then on bosses, you can just roll it out. And I finally got my legendary one. It's got 88% crit on it here. I think I rolled one with a higher crit that I favorited here at 121, but I could not find that with Jacobs. So, you know, there are some god rolls of this that could get quite crazy. The base damages here, you got 4,000, 5,600, and 3,000. This is the lowest base damage, but the needles make up for it. The Fisheye with the multiple ones is technically the highest output, even though that DPS looks a little bit lower. Part of that is the low ammo. You got 3, where these other ones are 12. So that's where the trade-off is. If I'm going to compare this, I should have just pulled this out before the video. I think I have an extra. Let me go through and try to pull out my Jacobs. I've been trying to collect all these guns, so when I get to these, it makes these videos easier. But I kind of have a mess of a bank right now. Do I have? Yeah, so I have a Borstel. So the Borstel's card damage is low, but that's kind of been like my gold standard for snipers. So instead of like coming back at the end and doing that, I just want to kind of test that out from the start. Where did that go? Here we go. Oh, wait, did I already have one on her? I did. Oh, wait, that's a level 39. Why do I have that? Maybe that's one I pulled out of the bank. All right, so when I'm doing my test dummies, I'm just going to kind of set this as a baseline. So I'm going to start off with a Borstel because this is just like God tier sniper so far and see where things compete. So if I just do that single shot with that, I need to change him. Probably 5 seconds because I'm not going DPS on these. I'm more doing burst. So just a one shot with that is 47,000. And I know the distance can kind of change that. So 50,000 with the extra pellets. So let's go with that. So on the symmetry here, so as we charge, what's nice is you got 78 just from that charge and then 138 with that. So I'm going to kind of miss those and just hit the charge shot. So 60,000. So this is outperforming the Borstel on just the target dummies because when you add all these together with that charge, you're getting 138,000 for essentially a burst. That's very good, and just 40,000 alone just for the free shot while you're charging. Oh wait, that wasn't a free shot. Let me check that one more time. Oh no. That's really hard to get. I think that was 2. But yeah, this is kind of hard to test here. Let's yeah. Okay, so 40,000 for that one free shot on that. So that thing, the symmetry on just paper, test dummy, compared to the Borstel just hitting enemies, this is working quite well. The Fisheye, this you don't get that free one, but you shoot it in a burst when you shoot it. So basically every trigger pull is that. So 60,000. 50,000. Let's go with close range. Not great. I don't know why that was so little. That didn't make any sense. They should have all hit crit. 67,000. So, well, it's taking some. It is putting out pretty good, but the problem you have to charge each time and then reload. So this gun is going to be slow. But on big enemies, you get that spread, which is hard to see that spread. And it has penetration, and with Jacobs, there's a lot of upsides to this that's hard to see on the target dummies. Well, this does have the Jacobs parts. These dummies don't always ricochet right because they're not technically enemies, but then sometimes they do. Yeah, but the damage there is solid. So all these on paper so far, compared to the Borstel, are looking pretty solid. So when we charge this one up for that single shot, 34,000. So this is doing the least, but you're also getting a shock penalty because they are flesh. If I would change the element, so you get the bonus, 34,000. It's still not fantastic. I don't know why. And just the single shots are pretty damn weak. Yeah, I would have thought the matching element would have been stronger. But the big advantage here is you change to your needle. Now you do have to charge to do this, but that's just going to keep hitting them. And you can see that just starts to add up. And then when you add your shots to that, you start to crank up the damage. And that needle just travels around and hits all the enemies, and you can boost it up. And the fact that it's Jacobs, you're going to get ricochet. It gets nuts, and it is an absolute boss basher. So on paper, all these match up to the Borstel, but in combat, we'll see. It's weird that the Jacobs does that, but when I go to the other ones, I have a hard time getting that reflection. I don't get that. I don't know. We'll see. So I am going to move over to my Vex and go do my typical vault run that I always do with these, and we will see how they work. All right, so it is testing time. I think I'm going to go in... Oh, I didn't put these in the order I wanted. I'm going to test the Rooker last because I think this will do the best against the Vile enemy. The other two don't have splash damage, and without splash doesn't do that well against the Vile. So I think I'm going to start with the Symmetry, do the Fisheye, and do that last. And if I just want to do some... what was the word? Comparison, I do have this on me. So I can kind of compare a little bit. So let's take a look at these and see how they do. Like I said, on the dummy, these all did similar damage, but the advantage of the Borstel is it's a lot faster because you don't have to charge. And it's also kind of like a COV weapon where you can kind of keep shooting if you're not shooting too fast. So you almost never have reload issues with the Borstel, which is a big advantage of it, which makes it mob faster, where these ones have charge mechanics. Even the Symmetry, because you get those free shots, if you kill an enemy, you can stop charging and then recharge, but it's, you know, kind of a delayed and awkward. So we'll see how they actually compare in combat. I think the Rooker is going to do incredibly well because, well, it's the Rooker. Other than that, I have my typical build. Now, normally I run a Team Witch just because the damn durability of this thing. It's awesome. You keep your overshield up. But the Super Soldier with that is kind of like double. So while I don't have a full spec into the Sniper, the one-shot Undead Eye I do have this with a +5 into Bloodshot, even though I'm not spec'd into that. So I'm not going to get like the full crazy Sniper build out of this, but I will go into that, and I do have the health boosted here. So that will give my snipers a really strong chance to really shine, and this has elemental damage, which will only help the Rooker, but I have sniper damage for the rest of them. I am just going to leave on my order comms, but I don't know if I have a better one for snipers. Oh, that's Jacob's. I only have one order one. So I think with the charge, this one's going to be as good as anything. So while I don't have the best setups for some of these, that is just the reality of gear in this game. So let's move over to the Symmetry, and let's go test this out. Oh, and of course I got a shield right away. That's no fun. And yeah. It's definitely looking a lot slower and weaker than the Borstel. It's not doing that much against this guy. In fact, it's doing nothing. Oh, and he got his shield back. Alright, finally went down with him. Let's see if I can get on a roll with this thing now. The firing on this is definitely awkward. And it's just kind of like wasting a lot of ammo. Even though I'm getting my free shots, I gotta hold on to that charge and wait to hit a guy. He went hitting, hiding, hitting. Yeah, there's definitely some potential with this gun, but I'm just burning through ammo with it to kill enemies. Especially those enemies that zoom around and you miss a shot. It really punishes you. And this is a game where ammo usually is not a concern, especially with the Super Soldier shield. So like the charge shots do a lot, but it's just, I don't know, it's awkward. I'm starting to get a hang of it. But it's just... And I typically don't mind guns that you have to get used to. Oh, that's a boss. Or not a boss, but the badass. But yeah, it's struggling against bigger enemies. And I'm almost out of sniper ammo. I am out of sniper ammo. Woo! Alright, I have to go hit up some ammo crates, which I've never had to do before. So I would definitely not put this thing too high. Like on that guy, you know, oh, shit. So some of this is definitely on me. I have to say that. Because there are times where I should save my charge shot for the next enemy and I'm releasing it on an almost dead enemy, but the free shots aren't killing them. Yeah, it's... My problem with it isn't the learning curve, and it takes a learning curve, and I'll admit that I haven't used this gun enough to be like super proficient with it. But I will also say that the learning curve isn't producing insane results. Like, if the learning curve, like the Pimpernel, had crazy results, that's totally different. This one does not. So that's kind of the problem. The learning curve should meet with the results. So next we are going to check out the Fisheye. And I'm still a little low on ammo, but I'm not getting much out of these crates. So I'll just open these and I'll jump on. And I might just have to open some during it because there's no more vendors. But because I have enough ammo, I'm not getting the weighted drops. Sad day for me. Okay. No, I do not want to be stuck in here. Yeah, that release, not being able to release early really sucks. Yeah, so I got the Jacob's reflection there, but 2 bursts to kill that enemy, that's got to be a one-shot kill. Whoa, I almost fell off the map there. Not good. So, like, the speed to kill thing with the charge is still a problem here. That was nice, getting a double kill with a Jacob's license part. You know, in fact, I might just pause here, and to give this the full benefit, we might be better off with a Jacob's one. Do I have a Jacob's one with a sniper or anything? Gun damage. Bounce pass, additional crit, gun damage 25. I think this one will be the best chance for this gun. Yeah, I'm kind of used to the being able to premature release it, and not having that is a little hurtful. Oh, that crit didn't work. Oh, that didn't work either. Oh, there we go. Alright, so let's see on this guy now. Ah, he moved. But I got some decent bleed on him. There we go. So that's a 2 burst. Yeah, this is a lot better than the Symmetry. It does good damage. That didn't take that long to clear. I didn't come through with any ammo issues. The super soldier just like replenished my ammo. So that was great. It felt powerful. Yeah, but it's still a little bit slower than like the board style. I wouldn't put it at the same level as that, but it did a hell of a lot better. So I was actually pretty impressed with this. My main problems were kind of user error. It's you know, on a lot of order guns you can prematurely release it to do a partial burst. This one you have to go full burst or nothing, and that's the punishment on this. I wish the damage was a little bit higher to compensate for that burst. But the burst going straight into the reload kind of felt like natural. It didn't feel like a double punishment as much as I thought it would. So that is the good side of that. And I also got to say, I love like the wings on these guns. It kind of just makes them feel kind of, I don't know, stable or something. It's, whoops, that's not what I want to do. I'm like in Borderlands 2 style. I was just recording some Borderlands 2 stuff. So I'm like pressing those buttons. But yeah, those kind of wings on the barrel, that symmetry, it just kind of, I don't know, I dig it. I'm into it. So yeah, now we're going to go to my needle. And I think the Jacobs on this will do well with it. So yeah, let's see how this baby works. All right, so up here. So you can see that needle is just killing things. And I'm just kind of tapping here because the needle is just killing all the enemies. I'm not even shooting them. But just this charge and the kill, and then the needle is just out there doing its thing. It's fast. If you do this with like the fireworks shield, and maybe, God, what was that grenade that Sydney drops? I forgot the name of that grenade. But it's almost just feels like the fireworks shield. It just goes around seeking enemies. I think I got to reapply the needle now. And this charge is like so worth it. I mean, look at that. You could just do such an AFK build with this. Oh, is it still out? Oh, I got a re-needle for him. I was hoping the needle was going to do better on him. I think it went away again. The needle, that's the one thing I have found on this. The needle sometimes just doesn't last as long as I would expect. So there it goes. That worked better that time. Sometimes I've found it's a little inconsistent, but generally it's just awesome. So yeah, this thing cleared that thing in record time. And again, imagine this with a fireworks shield and the grenade whose name I can't remember. It would just demolish everything so fast. I mean, this outpaced the Borstel. This to me is S tier. And then let's go into the boss, and I'm actually going to start with the other guns to kind of show you how they act, and I'm just going to unequip this. I'm not doing this as a comparison, just to get a little flavor of these on the bosses. Ooh, nope. Cancel actually marked one of my things as junk. I don't want to do that, especially this one. Dear God. Okay, that's better. All right, let's encore this up, and I'm good on ammo because the super shoulder, and let's see how this goes. I'm gonna wait for him to. Did not land crits there. I thought yeah, this guy just moves around so much. Oh, all right. So this not working well. Let's switch over and just stop fucking around then. Oh, I thought that was supposed to... do I have to get a kill first? I don't know what happened to my needle on that. Did it just go away again? So yeah, like I said, I don't have the ultimate setup for the needle on this. I thought this was still gonna just wreck him. There we go. Now it's working. There it is. I just had to get the crit knife off to get the crits. And it works. So yeah, that just takes a little bit more of a setup, and I thought I had it, but trying to do it with the other guns kind of messed it up. But you saw it work. That's kind of cool, but maybe it's worth it. I'm trying to collect some cool, like, purple stuff with good license parts, too, to get to that. So yeah, if you really set it up right, which I didn't at the beginning because I was trying to test the other guns first, this thing can wreck bosses and basically just like one-shot bosses. So this is definitely an S-tier bossing. It's an S-tier mobbing. No notes. It's fantastic. When I first got it, I was kind of disappointed by the guns. I used this and like the needle glitched out on me in the first 2 times. I'm like, oh, this is lame. But then I saw what other people were doing with it. I took it back out, farmed it till I got a Jacobs and said, oh, now I get it. So yeah, this is absolutely S tier, and you know, I think almost all the characters can like break this gun too. You know, Rafa can definitely do it. Harlow can definitely do it. Vex can definitely do it. I don't know how Amon does with it, but I'm sure he can do magic with it. It's absolutely fantastic. Love this thing, and this might be the strongest sniper in the game. I mean, the Borstel is so great, but this thing really outperforms that. So I think this is like the gold standard for snipers. It's just crazy strong. And like I said, you could just do AFK mobbing with this thing with just this and the firework. You don't even need the grenade, but yeah, just death from above. And maybe I'll just quick showcase the utter insanity of that quick. But before I do that, the other two, the Fisheye is really good. It's a little bit slow because it's a charge up, but that charge leading right into the reload kind of negates that a little bit. It's kind of like one just thing, and the damage is strong enough. I still don't love the charge. And I wish there was just a way to really reduce the charge, you know, with your enhancements. And maybe there is some other ones, but I haven't seen it with the order ones. Just like a reduction in charge time would make a massive difference. So if we get more enhancements, Gearbox, give us like a reduced charge time by 50% on order guns, and that can make a big difference. The Symmetry, I just don't love this. It's not terrible, but it's awkward to shoot, and the payoff isn't great. And I think that probably moves it down to the C tier. Like, it can kill. On the bigger enemies, it struggles a little bit, which is why I move it to the C tier, like I just talked about in my last video. And it's just kind of slow and just awkward. And like I said, if the payoff was bigger, I would totally be into it. Maybe if this could roll with a Jacobs part, that would really help the speed of the kill because you'd be getting those reflections. But yeah, this is definitely the weakest of the 3. And I think I don't know. The free shots are nice, but just the way it works is awkward and the payoff needs to be bigger. So maybe on full charge, it just needs a damage boost to make that better. It would still be a little awkward, but I think it'd just be a little more viable that way. Or maybe just a straight damage boost altogether. Maybe not a boost on charge. Just give it like whatever, like 4,000 damage. That's 5,600. This is low, but the needle's so good. Yeah, maybe bump this up, 20-30% damage wise, and it's worthwhile. But right now, it just doesn't feel like it's worth it. That's my opinion. So I'm going to be back, and I'm going to do a firework run with the fisheye and just really have fun with that. All right, so let's have some fun here. I have my firework shield. I don't even know if I was getting this much out of it, but I am boosting elemental damage and sniper rifle damage. So yeah, that's cool. And I got my Jacobs on, which also increases my crit and gun damage. So yeah, I think we can have fun with this. Let's just see how insane this is combined. And just how fast everything dies. Oh, shit. I mean, here we go. I can't even, like, find enemies to kill. This is silly. This is very silly. I mean, you see the needles and the fireworks, like, competing. And even while I was, like, reapplying the needles, the fireworks are just killing. Where are you guys? This is just dumb. In the best way. That's where I mean the needles, like, they got, like, stuck on the texture. And now it's all dead again. Oh, and just as I reapply them, everybody's dead. That worked. This is kind of hilarious. I was going to maybe just do one section, but I think I'm just going to run them all because, again, it's dumb. It's just such an easy mode. This is S tier, man. This is definitely S tier. And with the Jacobs reflections, it's just bye-bye everything. Where are you? Yeah, there's the needles getting, like, stuck on things. So that's, like, the one slight critique about this gun is the AI can get a little funky. But you can see there, like, that guy even died quick to the charge shot. Oh, that was a miss. Yeah. This is fucking hilarious. Shouldn't curse on YouTube because they can demonetize you, but yeah. I mean, the speed of this thing is just crazy. And yeah, if I pulled out that grenade, which name I cannot remember, and you're all going to roast me in the comments, and that's fair, yeah, it would be even more nuts. No, over here. Alright, so let's get her started again. Like I charge up to shoot an enemy, and it's just like, oh, where are they? They're all dead. Oh, this is funny. Oh, I gotta kill that thing. That's slightly annoying. There we go. And dead. And where are you? Enemies alive. I can't find you. Alright, let's get my action skill back. I might amp up. Oh god, that worked that time. That guy was just instant dead. Again, vials are annoying. Where are you? And I might as well take this into the boss and like do it proper. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is... I kept thinking, oh, I'm not going to go all the way to the boss. I'll just do one to show. But it's just so funny. This is really silly. Alright. Let's reset my action skill and everything. Okay.
You're good, but I'm better.
Oh, shit. I screwed that up. Oh, screwed it up again. I need some practice with this. Alright. Alright. Well, I didn't get it right away anyways. I thought the needles would just rip apart this part. Oh, there they go. Yep. So yeah, still pretty decent even though I didn't nail it. And yeah. That is that. Maybe I should have killed one of his minions first to, like, get the bloodshot. So, this gun with the firework shield, though the firework doesn't help with the boss, but it is stupidly broken and so goddamn good. Yeah, this is one of the best guns in the game without a doubt. So, spend the time to keep unlocking this till you get the one with the Jacobs, because it really just cranks it up. And I mean, this Christmas event, hey, stopgap, sweet. I'll eventually be getting to that gun. Yeah, so it's definitely worth going through your vault card. Like you said, I have a lot to unlock yet, but I unlocked like 5 of these to get the Jacobs one. This thing's going to be forever, so it's no rush to get the cosmetics. So I would focus on getting the Rooker. This is the best gun in the Mercenary Day, and it is worth it to farm an awesome version of it. I have some other things to do now with mine. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, where you agree, where you disagree. But these guns are pretty good, minus the Symmetry, which I think needs some help. That's it. Talk to you later. Bye.